What up, y'all? It's your man, yes, the Hermit Star, back again with another video, and I'm here to do the tarot reading for the sign of Scorpio. I was about to say the sign of February. The February tarot reading for the sign of Scorpio. So if you have Scorpio in your chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is for you. How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all are doing well thus far. Any football fans here? I don't want to assume, because I think the majority of my fan base are women that, y'all not watching football, you're not Super Bowl fans or whatever the case is. I only mention that because I'm recording this on Super Bowl Sunday. This might go up on Super Bowl Sunday as well, before the festivities, if you celebrate that. But anyways, we here, doing your February read. I'm trying to get a couple more cards and see. All right, so we got a full 6-card spread here. We'll see what this is about. We start off with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, which I do see a lot here, to be honest with you. I do see a lot of you needing or being advised to be a lot more patient with yourself, but probably just with goals in general. I feel like, based off of what I'm seeing, because this is impatience. So based off of what I'm seeing here and what I'm seeing with a lot of the energy here, I think it's just, once again, just a lot of patience needed for yourself as you're going throughout life. I feel like I'm speaking to a male Scorpio, all right, or someone, with very masculine energy, or just moving into masculine energy. Take it as it resonates, of course. And I say this because, it's a lot of just male energy here, to be honest with you. We got the King of Wands here. Someone who's a visionary. Someone who's bold as well. But again, with that comes just, I do think like there's a balance that needs to be done with this impatience. You want to build something. Like there's something that you have in mind is what I'm seeing here, right? There's something you definitely want to work toward at achieving, which is always great to see any sign being that. But I do see a lot of, very much, like I say, impatience that is happening here as well. Also, with that impatience comes this idea that you probably don't have a lot of faith within yourself that you can achieve these things. It could be because of people in your ear telling you that you can't do it. It could be because you're looking at other people have the success that you want, or achieve things that you want to achieve, and you're like, I'm too far behind. The Page of Swords in reverse has showed up after the King of Wands, right? I think the King of Wands is, a reminder of what you need to really tap into. I feel like a lot of this, a lot of the lower vibe energy that is in this read is where you are right now, and what the higher vibe stuff, or the upright cards, are reminding you here is this, what you need to be into, right? This is someone who could be very much all talk. So you have goals, you have aspirations, you have dreams, but you're not necessarily doing much about it. And again, this could be you holding yourself back in a way because you feel like, oh, you gotta, like you're not ready to some extent. Like you're not, like you got to prep for all these things. You need to have the perfect gear, the perfect setup, or the perfect whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to achieve. And it's like it has to be everything in alignment. It has to be in all perfection. And in all honesty, like I said, you're just really holding yourself back instead of simply just getting started, right? You know, for an example, like I'll use me as an example, right? Like if I was, I mean, I've had this channel up for what, like 2, 3 years now. But like, if I were to start a YouTube channel and I was like, I want to start doing tarot reads and stuff, obviously, like the gear that you would need to do if you want to start doing tarot reads is a deck of tarot cards. So, but what if I was like, oh, I need like 50, I need all these decks. I need a deck for this, a deck for that, a deck, all this other stuff. And it's like, with time, you can get more decks. Just like with time, I ended up getting an oracle deck. And then with more time, I can get more decks of cards if I feel the need to do so, right? But you don't need to have all this equipment, at the beginning. You just need what you need to start it up, and then as you go along, you will probably find out, well, I'm satisfied with what I have, or if as you go along, you'll obtain more equipment, and that could be physical equipment or obtain more knowledge in general to up your game, right? But again, with that Page of Swords in reverse, this is someone who's just doing all the talk, and it's a lot of excuse making for why you can't start right now. Right after that, we have the King of Swords in reverse, someone who is dishonest, someone who could be very much ruthless as well. And I think, again, this is not you leading other people per se. This is you misleading yourself, right? You being dishonest with yourself about why you're stalling on this dream of yours, right? With that 8, it was 7 of Pentacles, not 8 of Pentacles, by the way. I think I said 8 and I meant 7, right? With that 7 of Pentacles in reverse, yes, it's the card of impatience, but I don't think that you're necessarily, I do see a little bit of impatience with yourself, just a little bit with this, but I don't think it's necessarily you being impatient with yourself. I think it's the opposite, well, not the opposite, but it's the other meaning of this card, which is someone who is neglectful of their goals, right? And I think, again, with this, whatever insecurities might be holding you back, I think that's the reason why this neglect is here. And you're not really being honest. Again, as the King of Swords in reverse is symbolic of, not really being honest about why you're stalling on whatever, this thing is. I'm guessing, based off of either both personal experience and what I've witnessed in others, it's really just you comparing yourself to other people and seeing what they're doing and then seeing them on a specific level and thinking, well, I have to start off on that foot. And it's like, they didn't even start off on that foot. So for you to think that you have to start off on whatever, footing or ground that they're at right now, whatever level that they're at right now, when they didn't even start off in that way, I don't know where that thought is coming from. Not to, shit on you and make you seem as though you're not, someone who is, worth a damn, or you're not good at what you do, or you're not someone of talent, or you're not smart or anything. But again, if they didn't even start off on the footing that they are right now, what makes you think you have to start off exactly where they are? That's number one. Number two, even if it's a situation where when they're starting off and you see them at a level, they're starting and you're not, and that's the only type of, I guess, well, I wouldn't say the only type of motivation you should get from that individual, but that's the only, like, if you're going to compare yourself to this individual, compare the fact that they ended up starting and you didn't, and then what will make it so that you're both on the same playing field, at least, is when you start. Don't compare the quality of their work or whatever the case is. Just think about it from the angle of, okay, if you can't simply just not look at these individuals, look at it from the angle of, well, they started and I have yet to start because I have all these excuses in my head that I'm not being honest about as to why I can't start. You know? We'll continue on. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is someone who is very much overwhelmed as well. Defensiveless too. And I think that because, again, you're not fighting for what you really need to be fighting for, which is this dream, this goal. You know, this overwhelming feeling with this lack of patience that you're having for yourself and probably just how things are going for your life is because, again, you're not taking the initiative to start. I feel like it's excuses after excuses that you have. And again, I can go over a myriad of excuses that might come up. You know, that's something we can discuss in a personal read. If you would like that, leave a comment below. I'll let you know my email. Shoot me an email, and we can get to discussing pricing and all that other stuff. But yeah, you know, just start. Like, just start it. I mean, your last card, unless, you know, I pull a final message, you know, your last card is the Magician. You know, someone who is very much resourceful and someone who is determined, but someone who is very much creative as well. Someone who can create magic. So Scorpio, it's within you, really, you know what I'm saying, to create this thing that you want to create. But you're not doing it for, again, reasons unknown or reasons I probably speculated correctly. Nonetheless, you still got to get it started. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be, it's gonna sound like, I'm gonna sound like a broken record because it's true. Like, I think, like, whatever is stopping you is, I don't think it's anything, really. Like, you know what? Just cause, I'll see, we can clarify. What is stopping Scorpio from moving forward with this dream? And when we have the Queen of Swords here, setting boundaries. So I don't think setting boundaries is stopping you forward. Is, you know, your probably lack of boundaries. And it showed up upright, and you have the King of Swords in reverse here. You know, both when they're upright, that's the perfect tandem, and you really just need, maybe this Queen of Swords, I believe, is someone that you need, someone like that in your corner. To be honest with you, you need someone like that that's going to help you set boundaries, or at least show you what it's like to have boundaries and set them. You know, it could be a situation to where you feel it's a group project, and the reason why you haven't gotten started because you feel responsible for the other people, or their lack of, you know, their lack of work, or maybe their inexperience, whatever the case is. You're not responsible for them. That's number one. If they really want it as much as you want it, if they really want to get whatever these goals off the ground as much as you want it, then they're going to put in the effort as well. They're going to do their best to do their role just as much as you should do your best. But I think, you know, ultimately probably not having any type of boundaries, that could be it. But this is also the card of being clear-minded, and maybe you just need to clear your mind. That could be the simplest answer I'm giving you. Like, I still think what I gave you is you know, good, you know, get started. But I think what you really need to do in order for you to get started is for you to clear your mind, clear your conscience. Probably meditate, do something that is, you know, that can take your mind not necessarily off of what this goal is, but that can do something that is not necessarily a distraction. But what I mean by take your mind off of it is to make it easier for you to be able to think about this thing. For me personally, it's going out and being out in nature. I know the weather is nasty right now. I would know, but I still make the effort to go out, go for walks, go for hikes, all this other stuff, because these are things that help me clear my mind when I am just out, and especially when it's nasty. I mean, the beautiful thing about nasty New England weather is a lot of people don't like to go out, so it's quiet out. You know what I'm saying? Animals are start showing up out because there's no people around. You know what I'm saying? So it's just me and nature, or just me and the sounds of my surroundings. That makes it easy for me to clear my mind and to think about things. I do a lot of brainstorming during those moments. Maybe that's something that could work for you. Maybe there's something else that has worked for you in the past. Whatever that thing is, do that. That would be my advice, personally, going, especially with that Queen of Swords showing up. Any last advice do we have for Scorpio here? Because I really do want to help y'all out with this. So, 2 cards showed up. So we got the 3 of Cups in reverse. For last bit of advice, this could be the card of overindulgence, but also the card of someone who is spending too much time in solitude. And I think that as far as any last bit of advice, it could go 2 ways. Number one, I'm not trying to cause a rift between you if there is a group dynamic, but this might not be the group, and they could be causing some more stress as to why things aren't working now. Now, I'm not saying go at it alone. That might be the advice. It could be you need to find a new another group of individuals to carry on this goal that you have here. You know, whatever this ambition is, you need to probably find a new group or replace them. You know what I'm saying? Do like the Joe Budden podcast, and because, you know, they're constantly replacing folk. But nah, like that could be the bit of advice, or it could be, again, you just need to spend some time alone to clear your mind, as the Queen of Swords is saying, right? Not too much time to the point where, you know, you don't, because it's like you need to spend some time alone in order for you to actually work together with these folks. That was the first card that showed up. The second one is the King of Cups in reverse. Someone with selfish intentions and, you know, can be manipulative as well. I think this is one of those readings where, you know, it's a great example of you can still learn. I think in every read you can still do this, but definitely in this one, you can still learn from the reversal energies. I think you are being encouraged more so to be more selfish, not in a bad way. So tailor it, of course, to where, you know, you're not being so selfish to the point where you're hurting others. But I do think that you're being too, again, I feel like this is a situation, although this is very much up until the 3 of Cups, this is very much solo type of energy. But I feel like you feel responsible for a lot of people, and you're being encouraged at this moment in time to think about yourself, think about your mind, think about how you're doing. Do that so you can show up for the collective, so you can show up for the group. So, yeah, that's what I have as far as the tarot goes. We're about to get into the oracle now, but before I choose a card, I would like to remind you to please hit that like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well, so you're notified whenever I upload a video. Check out your other signs as well if you're watching for your sun sign, just so you get the full picture of what you should be doing for the month of February. All right. So your card for today is Connection Guide. Harness the power of networks. Cultivate meaningful relationships and strategize your path to success. Yeah, again, like I was saying, like you don't have to do this alone. Like I was saying with that 3 of Cups that showed up in reverse, you don't necessarily have to do it alone. But I do think that before you start working with this group, you need to take some moments to have some alone time. And as that Queen of Swords was saying to you, you need to clear your mind, essentially. You need to make these decisions with a clear mind so you know exactly what you want. And then you can show up to this collective, this group, whoever you're collabing with, and then say, okay, my mind is clear. This is what I want, you know? And they should do this exercise too if they need to. So with that being said, you should also share this video with them. I'm serious, but I was some self-promotion. Anyways, that's what I have for you this month, Scorpio. If you got anything of value from this video, please hit that like once again. Let me know in the comments how this is relative, or if you just want to say hi, leave a heart. All that is greatly appreciated. Share this out with anyone you feel as though needs this message, or any other Scorpios out there. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that notification bell. Also, watch for your other signs to get the full picture of what you should be focusing on for the month of February. And yeah, that's what I have for you. I want to thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or one of your intuitive readers for today. Until next time, you see me when you see me. Take care.